Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. That was a little better, right? Than Real Housewives of Potomac. Real Housewives of Potomac, I was like, okay, you guys, we are here for a super duper quick recap for Power. This is season 6, episode 1. I think it's called The Murderers or All Murderers or something. Y'all know I'll put it down below. I don't know. I've lost something for Power. I don't know why I've lost it. I'm not super excited about the prequel. As you guys know, this is the last season of Power, but there will be a prequel series. So I guess it's going to follow Tommy, Angela, Tasha, and Ghost through high school years, that type of thing. You know, coming up, and maybe there'll be a post after the prequel, because this middle section was wildly popular. But again, I've lost something. I've lost some energy for Power. I didn't even take notes for Power, you know? And I just lost something for Power. I really have. But let's talk about this episode. Everybody, welcome to the channel. Thank you guys for checking me out. All my old and new subscribers. If you are new to my channel and you have not subscribed, I encourage you to hit that subscription bell as well as the notification bell next to it. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Everybody knows that's like saying, hey, Miss Honey, as well as comment down below. You guys know we like to banter. Okay, so Angela's dead. Episode opens with Ghost in the ambulance, and they get to the hospital. He wants to go back. You know, he's just so fretful for her. Save her, save her. I want to say I felt like Angela was gonna die. I thought maybe they would keep her just because she was such a pivotal part of the storyline. But when I saw where the bullet hit on that white sweater, I was like, oh gosh, that looks like a heart shot. But anyway, she does die, and her sister Paz is there, and Paz, of course, blames Ghost and calls him a murderer over and over again, and he seems like he's all dazed and confused. Now, you have an assistant DA that is shot and killed in a either abandoned school or closed for business school. I don't know. It nobody else was there but Tommy, Ghost, and Angela. And you just have these two little local yokel cops questioning Ghost. Like, no, it would be FBI. All the police would be there. Like, they really come and gather around their own. So that was so contrived to me, but whatever. Of course, Ghost saw Tommy. Ghost is not telling because he wants to do what he's got to do with Tommy. He wants to take revenge out on Tommy on his own. Now, mind you, we don't see Andre. This is just all about the core family, right? This episode. Of course, what's his name? The white dude from the AUSA's office. I can't think of his name. But anyway, he blames Ghost, and he questions Ghost. He also blames the black guy that's in the office as well. You know, they all, him and the chain smoking. She's the head of the AUSA office. You know, they all kind of hash it out and talk about why this happened, and you shouldn't have never let it go. I thought you were supposed to have a tail on her, and all of this, that, and the third. It's a moot point. It's a moot point. I mean, this office has done some seriously screwed up things for a while, and how they think they're gonna come out of this situation with Angela being shot dead like she was, and she was supposed to have a protection detail on her. She was supposed to be their number one witness. Like, anyway, they let the chain smoking Benson and Hedges, head of the AUSA, go, and they bring in the guy who was married to Charlotte on Sex in the City. Well, he's the new head of the AUSA's office. And of course, he wants to get to the bottom of this. Well, I think his name is Stryker something. I can't think of his name. Anyway, Angela couldn't stand him. He goes in to talk to the new guy, and he lets it out that he may have been the one to leak. He may have been the one to leak, you know, the truth about Angela being one of their number one witnesses. First of all, Angela was supposed to be thinking about if she was gonna be y'all witness. But he says he let it go to Proctor, which he did, which Proctor did tell Ghost. But we all know what really happened to Angela. But of course, they trying to pin all of this on Ghost. So he's able to buy himself a little bit of time with the new head guy, and goes to talk to Proctor, wants to threaten Proctor. You're the next person that is in line, because you're the next person that knows as much about Ghost, and you need to protect yourself. Of course, Proctor's not doing all of this because he already know that Ghost will slip in between the bars at prison and snap his neck. So he's like, nah. I don't know what you're talking about. Then he goes to see Ghost, and he asks Ghost, did you kill her? Did you? And Ghost is like, no, did you? Really? It's a legitimate question. And, of course, Proctor talks him into going in and talking to the police himself. Instead of them coming and getting you and putting your hands behind you, you can walk with your hands in front of you and just have this discussion. And that's what they do. And then Ghost and Proctor play it beautifully. They're actually a good tag team together when it comes to being on the defense end. And Straker, whatever his name is, even though he tries to pin Ghost down, he cannot. The new head of the AUSA's office tries to kind of pin Ghost down, and he can't do it. But the one thing that is true is that everybody that looks at Ghost and asks him to his face if he killed Angela, when he tell them no, he did not, all of them believe him. Like, he is very, very convincing at this point. He obviously appears to be devastated by her loss, although we never see him cry or break down in any way per se. And so that whole meeting is an epic fail, but it is an opportunity for everybody to get to see Ghost face to face and question him, and you know, kind of put his feet to the fire. But y'all know Ghost is not easily pinned down. Okay, so we see where after Tommy leaves the crime scene where he shot and killed Angela, he goes and he talks. First of all, he calls Keisha. And basically, I don't know why he called Keisha. It just got on my nerves so bad. He really just called her to tell her he was going to call her back. She couldn't get to, Tommy, where did you do it? Did you do it? And of course, he don't want to talk about all that on the phone. She don't even know the brief yet. Y'all, like, you ain't even briefed her on what it's all about, being a ride or die chick for a criminal. Like, although she should know, apparently she does not. So, you know, he's sticking and moving all around the city. He do finally meet up with Keisha to give her the gun and tell her to take the gun and throw it away. Now, You got an assistant attorney's body on this gun, and you give it to somebody else, a newbie, a person who don't even know they're not supposed to be talking on the phone, all crazy, did you do it? You give it to her to get rid of? Tommy, you get stupider season after season after season. I'm trying to remember when you were smart. Like, what season were you actually smart? I just, I can't put my finger on it. You've never ever been really truly bright at all, have you, Tommy? So anyway, this dodo bird, when he get her the gun, instead of her taking it immediately and tossing it, she go home with the doggone gun in the bag. Then her son come in. He's good and tall now. He ain't no little boy. He ain't 5 or 6 no more. He look like he might be about 9 or 10. And he come in. He want waffles. It was so weird. It was so awkward. And for some reason, he think he can go in his mama purse. And she done left the purse right there on the kitchen table. And she done got upset with him for taking the purse. All the kids cuss their mamas out, talk to their mamas crazy. Tasha kids and now her son talking crazy to her. He asking about where Tommy at. Did you break up with him yet? I was just like, what are we doing? Like, ugh. It was such a poor acting scene. Like, it was so stupid. It was dumb. Anyway, so Tommy also talks to Tasha. And Tasha said it best. You took a shot at the devil and you missed. Instead, you got Angela. And this gonna come back on all of us. She don't want him to kill Ghost without her express permission, because she's supposed to be thinking about the kids. And he was like, nah, he done went too far now. Not really. Not really. I mean, your daddy really wasn't ish. 1. And 2, you and Ghost done did some way more messed up things. Way more messed up situations you and Ghost have done together. So, but this the hill you want to die on now. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so Tasha's upset. Tasha's upset because she been calling after Silver and she can't get him on the phone. She go to talk to her mama about it. They having dinner. Y'all know her mama don't change. Her mama want her to stick it out with Ghost. And if she not gonna stick it out with Ghost, you know, she feel like Angela gone. This the prime time for you to slide back in. And if you're not gonna stick it out with Ghost, you need to play it cool until you can get everything you can. Like, her mom is not the best influence at all in this situation. Tasha goes by Terry Silver's apartment or law office or whatever, and she asking about him, and they went to do a wellness check. There's no sign of him. I can't remember exactly what Ghost did. I remember Ghost was watching him. We don't know for a fact that Terry Silver is dead. Terry Silver could be in hiding somewhere. I don't remember Ghost killing him. Y'all, if y'all remember the actual moment where Ghost made him disappear, let me know. I know he showed up at his apartment, but I don't remember the actual killing. So if y'all remember that, y'all please put it down below and bring me up to speed. I may have missed it because I didn't go back and watch the last season again. Anyway, so now Tasha is just supposed to be so emotional about Silver was the love of her life, and she's never gonna forgive Ghost because Ghost killed Silver. When she goes over to talk. Tasha goes over to talk to Ghost and find out what happened to Silver. Of course, he's just so caught up with what's going on with Angela and the fact that Tariq wasn't in school because he went over to Tommy's house and was hiding in Tommy's house when Tommy came in. And Tommy knew he was there. And they got into a terrible scuffle, you know. I mean, just really, really, really trying to hurt each other until Tariq came in and broke it all up, cussed his daddy out, and asking Tommy for a favor. So he want to bring it up. Ghost want to bring it up to Tasha that Tariq wasn't in school. Really? That's it? That's all you worried about with Tariq? Y'all might want to get Tariq some heavy intensive therapy before you find yourself on the other end of a gun with Tariq on the other side of it. Because he don't have no respect for Ghost. First of all, he called him Ghost. He dropped the F-bomb on him. Whatever he say to him, he's like, eh. Ain't nobody listening to your BS. You not the boss of me. You don't run me. Just disrespectful. Disrespectful. I could be mad, but this the house that Jack built, or the house that Ghost built, as it were. Anyway, he really hurts Tasha's feeling when he talk about the woman that he loved is dead now, and she's upset about it. She wants to know what happened to Terry. Said, "What about the man I loved?" And I mean, it's the usual. Ghost, ghost, ghost. It's all about him. She died in my arms, and wooda wooda wooda, and yada yada yada, and I feel, and I was right there, and I lost. He doesn't care about anybody else. He only mildly cares about the Tariq situation because it's a reason for him to blame Tasha for something else. And Tasha tell him, oh, by the way, when she turned to walk out, I want a divorce. Okay, so we're gonna see that kind of play out this season. I would be shocked to see Ghost live through the season, only because it's so many people gunning for him. It's kind of playing out like it's gonna be a who shot JR type situation. Like, we not gonna know who actually killed Ghost. So I'm not sure if he gonna last the whole season or if he gonna get to the end of the season and he's gonna be, a goner. But it looks like everybody's kind of gearing up to get rid of Ghost. Okay. Let's see. Ghost goes over to Angela's apartment and looks through all her pictures, and it's supposed to be this really emotional, sad moment in time, but I just don't feel it. I don't feel it. I don't know. Maybe if Angela had lived a little bit and we got to see them that way. I don't know. It was no big deal. When he walked out of that apartment and turned and he had that steely gaze in his eyes, I was just like, you're such a former shell of your old self, Ghost. Like, this James St. Patrick character is just so weak, so fragile to me, like in terms of confidence and commanding presence. He's just a former shell of himself. It's not the same character. And we have so little investment in Ghost at this point. We can't even be sad. Like that montage they played of Ghost and Angela when he first saw her and all of that, I was just like, I don't care. I don't care that she's gone. I don't care that he's mourning over her. I just feel like at some point we're all just spinning our wheels. Now, mind you, Tommy still got a business to run. And after he fights with Ghost, the reason Tariq was there because Tariq wanted him to run an errand with him. And he's got to go see Jason first. So he goes around to see Jason, and Jason's like, what happened to your eye? And he was like, yeah, well, I got into it. He does tell him that him and Ghost have been beefing, have been fighting, but they squashed it. He tells him, here's a check. I need to get the product so I can get the money. Jason tells him he can't have the product right now because he got to make sure the check clear. And meanwhile, Tommy goes back to his premieres. And the premieres are like the head over the different drug spots all over the city. So, like, one premier can run, like, let's say one county. And they got people that do all the drug selling, and then they're in charge, and then they are the ones that talk to Tommy. So, it's all the same people we used to, except, I forget the name of the premier that got real funky with Tommy. Basically, he wanted his drugs to take back to his people right now, like immediately. And he said a couple of things he shouldn't have said, and Tommy shot him in the head dead. Like, it was so out of the blue. I was just like, but can't nobody kill Dre though. That's weird. Alright, so that was that. When he goes back to see Jason later on that night, and he tells Jason's like, you sure that you and Ghost are Gucci? And he was like, oh yeah, we're fine, that's squashed, it's strictly business now, because supposedly Ghost's club is still going to launder the money that they get from the drugs, right? So some kind of way they do a hug, and Jason picks Tommy's car keys off of him, gives his car keys to one of his guys. Well, he tells Tommy, I got your drugs, your check cleared. All of this is unbeknownst to Tommy. Your boy's gonna bring the car around, and with the drugs in it, and you can get in. To bring the truck around, you can get the drugs then. So they, Tommy's like, cool, he's none the wiser. Well, the car rolls up, and Ghost steps out of the shadows and shoots the car up with an AK-47. And, the body laying in the car really did look like Tommy, but it wasn't Tommy. It was the dude that Jason sent to get the car. Well, Jason suspected that everything wasn't so copacetic between Tommy and Ghost, and he sent this patsy to go get Tommy's Mustang and bring it around just to prove that Ghost was out there gunning for Tommy. But we already know why Ghost is gunning for Tommy. We knew that when Ghost slipped into Tommy's house. We knew that from the moment that Ghost looked up and saw that Tommy was the one that killed shot Angela. We knew that when Tasha said to Tommy, you shot at the devil but you missed. You had to have known that Ghost was coming for you. Why you not laying low? I don't know. And everybody knew it was apparent, even including fictional character Jason. So that whole scene, I was just like, what? Anyway, they trying to get Paz to help them pin this Angela situation on Ghost. She does believe, being Angela's sister, that Ghost had something to do with it. And she's right in a sense. Like, if she never had gotten back with him and been in this thing with him, she wouldn't have been in a position where she could get shot dead. So she kind of right in a way, but he didn't directly shoot her. But still, the assistant attorney, the white dude, like the way they had Angela's body laying around, like they really wanted us to believe, to be sure and know that Angela was dead. I guess that's why they had her body laying around. It's important. They know they got to show us a body now. Ever since they brought Kanan back from the dead. Anyway, they want her to do an autopsy. Let them do an autopsy on Angela. Really, they want to get that bullet out of her. But you could have got that bullet out from surgery. So I don't know what an autopsy is going to prove. Maybe it's going to prove the angle at which the bullet came from. Like, I don't know what the point in the autopsy is. But okay. Pause. Okay, y'all know she's a piece of work. She didn't want that to happen. And she ends up wearing a wire to talk to Ghost. Of course, you know, Ghost is smarter than that. I mean, whatever little information she's getting, though, she's willing to give it to the district attorney's office. It just seems like the district attorney's office is the one that's doing a full-on investigation. You don't really see like police officers or police detectives talking. Like, it is just weird what they're trying to push off as the truth in this. It bothers me. It just bothers me. Like, where's the police detective? Are they talking to others? Like, a whole district attorney has been murdered, and this how y'all handle the case. I think that's it for power. Oh, I know what it was. What Tariq wanted when he came by Tommy was that he wanted Tommy. He done went right there to the morgue and got Kanan's ashes, and he wants to have like a little prayer vigil with Tommy, and then release Kanan ashes into the river. Tommy wanted to dip his blunt in the ashes and smoke it up because Ice Cube did it for easy. Ignorant, dumb. First of all, you don't even know if them Kanan's ashes. Nobody does. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have no idea what's in that box except dust. What kind of dust? You don't know. It could be nuclear dust. What an idiot. Tommy's dumb as a bag of bricks. When he goes back over to schmooze up Keisha and tells Keisha it's going to get tough because Ghost trying to kill him and he trying to kill Ghost, then it's going to be all out war. He should hide her and the son instead of her going to hide. She said, no, I'm going to stay right here with you, and that's why you going to be dead too by the end of the season. You're going to be fodder too. Okay? Anyway, Tariq got all these warm words to say about Kanan. Then he barely threw him off the bridge. Like, you might as well just left the box there and flipped it off. Like, nobody cares about that. You're why Tommy is in like, I'm so. Anyway, I'm not gonna pick at the scabs. This is what I tell you guys. Don't pick at the scabs. If you want to watch a show, don't pick at the scab. Just let's just let it heal. That's power, you guys. That is the height and the breadth of power. Fingers crossed that the season gets better from here. Right now, they're really trying to shove a lot of BS down our throats. I'm just praying that the season gets better. You guys tell me what you think. Put it down below. I'd love to hear you guys' predictions for this last season. Let me know what you think. Put it down below. And until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah.